I firmly believe that my personal struggles with mental illness have made me the therapist that I am today. There are these really unhelpful narratives and ideas and messages out there about what a therapist is supposed to be. And I'm not really going to dive into why that is or how that is, but there just are. There's these ideas that a therapist is supposed to be a blank slate, and they're not supposed to have a personality, and they're not supposed to be a real person. Like, you're just supposed to like sit there and nod and, how does that make you feel? And it drives me up a fucking wall. It infuriates me because you're not a real person when you're doing that. You're completely detached and devoid of like real human experiences that this person is coming to you to be able to navigate with. And I, 10 out of 10, was somebody back in the day that struggled letting who I actually am come out with clients. Like, I thought I needed to be this ultra professional. I thought that I needed to be perfect and stoic and have all of the answers. And I needed to be the foremost expert in my field. And that was the only way I was going to be a good therapist. And to be honest, I still struggle with that. Like, it's something that I'm still really working on. It's something that I'm still kind of having a hard time with because of my own bullshit narratives and my own history of mental illness and just trying to figure out who the hell I am. And I struggled really showing up for my clients for a long time because I thought I had to be a certain person. And my clients and the people that come to work with me actually started having really amazing experiences in therapy when I started being honest with myself about who I am and the realities of the mental illness and the mental health challenges that I've struggled with. So I'm someone, and I've never like really openly talked about this, which is why I honestly don't want to talk about this, but I know that I have to. I'm someone who struggled with mental illness from a really young age. I had something called trichotillomania when I was a little girl, which was I used to rip my hair out and it was an anxious tendency. So there were periods of time in my childhood where I was almost completely bald. So like I had no eyebrows, I had no eyelashes. My mom had to like stencil my eyebrows in, and I had almost no hair because I was ripping it out. And my family didn't realize what I was doing until, or like why that was happening, until my family saw me one night pulling it out, and they're like, what the hell is going on? Come to find out later on, it was actually like a precursor for what I was really struggling with, which was borderline personality disorder. And it's something that I had a lot of shame around because borderline personality disorder is one of the most stigmatized mental illnesses and mental health challenges out there. Thankfully, I'm not very symptomatic anymore. I'm very, very low on the spectrum because I've done a lot of work on myself. But it was something that I didn't want anybody knowing about me. I was so unbelievably ashamed of it that I didn't want anybody to know. I was like, I'm going to my freaking grave with this. Like, I will never tell a soul. And when that started to change was when I actually started being able to be a better therapist to my clients, because I actually let myself be a person. I actually, for the first time, let myself really be there in the moment with the person sitting in front of me and helping them to see that, someone else has gone through it too. Someone else has been in your shoes or had a similar path or, went through something wildly different, but they were able to get through it and get over it and, have a really, have an amazing life on the other side of it. A lot of clinicians, they have this idea that just knowledge alone is going to help someone to change. And the thing that I realized was it wasn't until I started being open about my own experiences and my own struggles that the person sitting in front of me was like, oh, wait, you went through that? You've been through that too? You got through it? Oh, maybe I can. And now, obviously, I'm not telling everybody this, right? I disclose it in moments when it's relevant. But I think people can tell. I think people can tell when they're sitting in front of someone who they know has been through it. They've been through the mud. They have their own shame and demons and burdens that they're navigating through. And I sincerely believe that it gives people this idea and this semblance of oh my God, I'm not alone. Someone else has been through this, someone that I respect or that I look up to or that I admire or whatever. They went through that. Okay, maybe I can too. It was something that I thought I was going to be judged for. I thought I was going to be chastised for. I sincerely believed that when people found this thing out, nobody would want to work with me because they would think, oh, you're struggling with mental illness. How the fuck are you going to help me? And what I actually realized and what actually became the reality was that more people wanted to work with me. My clients got way better experiences. The people in my life actually felt more connected to me because I was a real person they could relate to. And then when I said, hey, maybe you should try this, or maybe we can do this, or what would you think about this? They actually believed me because they know that I'm not telling them something that I didn't personally do myself. Or it's not something that I would tell you that I wouldn't do. And so me really admitting my own mental health challenges and my own mental health struggles, even just to myself, allowed me to finally show up as a real person. And it made a world of difference with the people who, I have the privilege of helping every single day. Now, obviously, not everybody watching this is a mental health professional, and they're not necessarily, helping people in the way that I am. But I would wager that there's people in your life that look up to you. There's people in your life that you really matter to. And that if you were honest and open about what your experiences were, they probably would look at you differently, but not in a bad way. They probably would feel more related to you. That's what my experience was. I sincerely thought that being honest about who I was would get me shamed and ridiculed, and it actually made me it brought so much love and connection and openness to my life. And I guarantee the same is true for you too. The people in your life are probably going to feel closer to you. The people in your life probably are going to feel more connected to you. I don't know, not everybody, obviously, but some. That's what it was like for me. And I really struggled with it, and I had so much shame around it. And honestly, I'm starting to experience so much not love for it. I don't think I'm there yet, but like appreciation, I guess, for what I went through and what the circumstances were that led me to struggle with that mental illness in the first place. So it allowed me to really understand myself deeper, to love myself, to have a much better relationship to myself. And then that allowed me to be there for other people because they knew they were sitting in front of someone who had been through it, someone who had their own journey, someone who had crawled through the mud and got to the other side of it. For most people, they think that their mental illness or that their disability or, the thing that makes them different is going to get them shunned. But the reality is that is probably what's going to build a sense of connection for you and a sense of belonging, because there's other people out there who are going through it too and would probably love to know that there's someone in their life they can connect to. It's something I'm still struggling through and I'm trying to work through. I'm sure if you're watching this, it's something that you're navigating through too. And I think it's something we can go through together. Something that if we continue working on this, we'll continue to get, the positive benefits and the outcomes of letting ourselves be seen. I've done a couple of videos previously on the power of vulnerability, and this is insanely vulnerable for me. I don't like talking about this. I still have my own struggles with it, but per the essence of this video, maybe someone will feel seen by me talking about this. So that's why I made this video. If this is something that you have struggled with, I would love to connect. If you drop a comment down below, let me know what your experiences of this have been. Send me a DM. I would love to chat with you. And I really hope that you know that you're not alone and that you don't have to struggle alone and you don't have to suffer alone. There are people out there who experience things just like you. And there's professionals out there who have been through it too, who will make that safe and help you to feel seen because they've been through it too. I hope this resonated. I'm sufficiently uncomfortable, so I'm going to end this video. I hope you DM me. I would love to connect. Bye, everybody.